HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream. With their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more, you can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Sorry about the delay. I'm over here cooking dinner and everything, but uh, make sure this is your boy Doc Holiday. I'm the voice of HBCU culture. This is HBCU Tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive live stream. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Become a member of the family. Become an exclusive member of the family by hitting the join button, and also make sure you hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. Sorry about that, everybody, for me, my little tardiness. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Uncle said we got Miss Aquay up in here as always. Uh, we got a rattler in the house, Mr. Campbell. As always, thank y'all for y'all support. But yeah, we're gonna get through this, and I know 9 o'clock comes up. You got Ken Clark and the crew over there um, to get everything JSU JSU related. So other than that, man, other than that, how's everybody week going? How's everybody Monday going so far? Um, how's everybody Monday going so far? Let me know your Monday is good, bad, indifferent. um, I can say this for myself. Um, After 3 years of working with my job, I was unfortunately let go today. Um, no skin on me, no ill will or anything like that. But um, it's not gonna keep me down. Not gonna keep me out. So other than that, man, other than that, I'm good. So I can do a little bit more focus on. I can focus a little bit more on this. Yeah, Uncle said it is what it is, but it's all good though. It. I don't even want to get into it, but it's all good though. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I had three prosperous years with Lids, and maybe it was just my time to move on. Maybe I don't out. Maybe I outgrew the job. I'm gonna say it just like that. What's going on, Ellen V? What's going on, Miss Ellen? Make sure you become an exclusive member. Make sure you become an exclusive member. So, what's going on? What's going on, Lauderdale? What's going on, man? What's happening? So we it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, and I say this. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's that time. Maybe it's that time. So I can't really say anything bad about it. I just want to make sure that everybody understands what's going on, and I'm not even worried about it. So I'll move on to the next. I can focus a little bit more on this. I can focus a little bit more on my family. You know, blessings do come in disguises. And this was a big disguise for me. I got you. Hit me up. Just hit me up on the side. But other than that, man, other than that, look, it's Monday. We had our good old feel of HBCU football this week for this weekend. Uh, I'm gonna need somebody to call the ambulance for the New York Giants because my Cowboys shot them down. My Cowboys shot them down. 40-0 last night against them blue Smurfs. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, let's go on and get into it. I think if Mr. Ford is up in here, man, I want to get Mr. Ford up in here so we can talk about some good old fashioned HBCU football. So let's talk some HBCU football. That's what I want to talk about. I ain't worried about none of that other stuff. Distractions, distractions, distractions. My internet connection. There we go. I'm about to say, no, I pay my internet bill. I ain't tripping. But anyway, man, let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. But first and foremost, as always, man, you know how we do it. You know how we start this all off. Um, like it's always, make sure that you become. If you want to become a subscriber, man, make sure you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and also you could hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. I'm on all platforms. Can't miss me. Can't can't deny it, anything like that. But other than that, I'm on all platforms. Of course, you want to become a exclusive family member, man. All you have to do is just hit that join button, and you know what I'm saying. Now we can get these perks up, and we get this membership up immensely. And last but not least, if you want to go ahead and donate to the channel, make sure you can hit the Cash App HBCU Overdrive. Hit the Cash App HBCU Overdrive. The channel does not pay. The channel pays for itself, but we still got to pay bills for it. So make sure you donate to the channel, to the platform. This goes out to do any kind of equipment, any type of place we're trying to get to. Anybody that wants to, just go ahead, just anybody that just wants to donate. That's what I say. And then we still got birthdays. We got birthdays in September. Shout out to my boy, Melanated Righteously, Alabama State. He the big 4-5 today. He the big 4-5. He's straight out of Birmingham, Alabama. So shout out to him. And other than that, man, we got Mr. Ford on here. What's going on, Mr. Ford? No, we're not gonna have no issues tonight.
Hey man, how you doing?
Doing, I'm doing good.
Hey man, always remember, baby. Long as you got life, you good. Shit,
Yes, sir.
you all right, baby. You know how to get on your. Hey, it's one thing God cannot do, and He cannot fail. All you got to do is ask for what you want, man.
That's it.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's it, baby.
I,
Shoot.
I, and as soon as as soon as I heard the news, I was already on it, and I was like, you know what, uh, the missus, she picked up some extra shifts and stuff like that, but I'm like, look, I'm already on it, so I don't sit still too long.
Well, listen, I know I ain't got to remind you, but this platform right here, this a gold mine now.
Yes,
I
sir.
know I don't have to tell you that, right? I
Now,
don't have to tell you that now.
everybody, but you know what? Everybody tell me that.
That's what I'm saying. So you all right? You all right? Cause
Yes,
you
sir.
sitting on a gold mine. It's up to you what you gonna do with it.
Oh no, I'm gonna do tenfold with this.
Okay, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what you think about Saturday? This past Saturday.
Well, I was one of the things I was gonna share with y'all Saturday night. Jackson State, Florida A&M, Southern. They run Atlanta, man. There's so many people up here from them schools, man. And I ran into a Southern grad Friday. And of course, I asked him about Dooley. And he said that Dooley's going to get a third year, which I'm going to be honest with you. I'm
Hmm.
kind of shocked because listen, here's the thing. And I know a lot of people going to get mad with me, but I just got to tell y'all, Southern's football team looks like a rudderless ship.
Ooh.
They don't have a leader. Now, and Doc, I've said this over and over.
Yes, sir.
I love Dooley as an offensive coordinator, but when it comes to head coaching, he's mediocre.
Yes,
So what
sir.
they got to do down there at Southern University is make a decision. If they want to be mediocre, Dooley is their man. But if they talking about winning the SWAC and winning the Celebration Bowl, they better start looking for somebody else. Now, I
Yes, sir.
told y'all before, and y'all got mad, Dooley's
Hey, Mr.
record
Ford, Mr.
was
Ford,
20-7.
Mr.
Huh?
Ford, keep talking. I gotta do something. I gotta run and do something real
Okay,
quick. Just keep
okay,
talking.
okay. Go ahead on. But I would just tell Dooley's record was 20-17 at Prairie View. Okay, that's mediocre. Now, if that's what they want down there in Baton Rouge on the Bluff, they got their man. But if they want championships, they got to start looking for some more people. Now, here's the other thing that y'all got to understand this. Roman Banks needs to be chastised for this too, because Dawson Odom's had that program in a better place. You basically showed him the door. Then you go get some defensive backfield coach. I didn't even understand nothing he did. And now this is this year and a half into Dooley. Listen, man, them alums from Southern, ain't nobody got to tell y'all what to do, but y'all need to call Roman Banks now and ask him what is the plan going forward. Y'all need to do that now. Y'all really do. But I'm gonna just say this to y'all. This stuff about Southern ain't got no players, that's a lie. Now they not I don't like how they organize, but they got players. The discipline is so, but they got players. But what Southern is liking is a leader. That football team don't have a leader. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, and y'all can go ahead and holler and he and all you want. They'd have come out better giving that job to Terrence Graves. I'm gonna be honest with you, because he's a leader. They'd have come out better giving that job to Terrence Graves. Y'all can say what y'all want. Mm-hmm. Really. Now, as far as this, I've been reading the background of this coach down here at Texas State. Guys, let me say this to y'all. This guy ain't gonna be at Texas State long, man. I was reading his biography. This guy done sit at the knee of Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, you name it, man. This guy done been on a lot of people. Listen, If he do well, 2 years at which I think he is, 2 years down there at Texas State, that guy's going Power 5, or Power 2, or Power 3, whatever. He getting a bigger job, man.
Oh man, I've been following him since he was in high school.
Yeah, that dude is good, man.
GJ Kenny is a coach's son. His dad, Gary Joe Kenny, he was a head football coach over at Canton, Texas.
Right.
And the story was when he was in high school, it was a parent that came in that was upset about his son not getting playing time or something like that. He came and shot his dad inside of the field house. So they rushed.
For real?
Yeah, this was some years back. GJ had to be like a sophomore in high school. So they rushed him to Dallas, over here to Dallas, because Camden, Dallas is like I think it's like 65 miles.
Okay.
So they rushed him over there, and basically he survived. I mean, his dad did survive, but he ended up transferring to Gilmer, which is an East Texas powerhouse in high school.
Right.
Because he moved in. I think he moved in with his mom in Gilmer, and he won state. I think he won state his senior year. So GJ is probably like 5th or 6th all time in passing yards in Texas high school football. So he got some records. He has some records in high school. And and with the deal about with him being when he was at Incarnate Word, remember he was on the Incarnate Word for 1 year, y'all.
Ooh.
This man he was the offensive coordinator at Incarnate Word. When the coach left, he became the head coach, turned that program almost into a national championship contender.
Right.
Overnight. Like he was this close. He was one game away from going to the FCS national championship game. Because I think they lost to was it
South Dakota or North Dakota?
It had North Dakota State. It was North Dakota State. So he turned it around, and then of course the Texas State job comes open, and he gets the job, and pretty much he ships half of his team from Incarnate Word up to Texas State. Now,
right.
Some people, my little crew, one of them sent me a starting lineup for their offensive line. Their offensive line is big. Their offensive line go like 345, 335. The biggest one is like 370, if I'm not mistaken. But I told them, like, hey, they'll probably be good as far as run blocking, but pass blocking, they might be slow. You never know.
Right.
Because carrying 335 pounds as a right or left tackle, and you don't have the punch or you don't have the foot movement, you lunch me. Like all you do just because they ain't got the feet, bulldoze them.
Well, that's what Mike Leach always liked it. He liked it 6'6", 6'7", 350, 370. You remember when he was at Texas Tech with Michael Crabtree and them?
Yeah, I knew some. Well, one of the dudes that was on that offensive line, he's the offensive line coach at Texas Southern, Manny Ramirez. Another dude
I remember Manny. Yeah.
Another dude I knew that's when I lived in Corsicana, Luis Vasquez. He was on that same offensive line too. But he in a sense, because of his air raid system, he more of some athletic tackles because they could move, but he had line splits.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this: that Texas State game for this weekend is going to be it's going to be a challenge, but I don't think it's I think it's a big challenge that's not too big for Jackson State to handle. Because what if we go out there, we do a Morgan without the fumble?
Right.
You know, things could change up at a drop of a dime.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, and then too, maybe we, some people had us going 0-4 for the first 4 games. Some people had us going 1-3. I'm like, you must not have watch film or just seen the team all around to be able to make that assessment. But other than that, with Coach Kenny, if Texas A&M wanted to dump Jimbo Fisher, they're gonna go to him next.
And he gonna do it, bro. He gonna do it.
He'll do it.
Yeah, he'll do it.
If Baylor wants to go ahead and say we're not going with Dave Aranda, he'll be the next one open. Also, because he has a connection with Baylor too, because his dad played at Baylor. Also,
Right.
his dad played at Baylor. His dad coached at Baylor. He was a line coach at Baylor once he left the high school scene. So there's plenty of places where he can actually go to and become a head coach at a Power 5 or shoot. Now let me scratch the Power 5, the Power 4.
Yeah, 3. So I guess that's why they're playing ball in the ACC now. They got scared. Them people start talking about eliminating them.
They ain't got no choice.
They playing.
And then too with them with the ACC to get those academic institutions, Stanford, Cal, and SMU to come join them. I mean, I would say that's a lateral move, but because they have academic prestige in the ACC, the North Carolina and the Wake Forest and the Dukes and stuff like that, I think it's a kind of like a little bit of an upgrade. It's a more of an upgrade for SMU because they've been in a group of 5 ever since the Southwest Conference disbanded.
But now the word isn't it that SMU, Cal, and Stanford gonna get half the money? They're not gonna get the full allotment, right?
Oh no, they're gonna get that full allotment.
They are.
They said they're gonna get that full allotment, or they weren't coming over there.
Oh, okay. Because I had thought they said they wouldn't take a full allotment to sweeten the pot to try to get in, because they really wanted to get in the ACC.
Oh yeah. Because SMU really wanted to stay regional because they still wanted to have their ties with the Southwest, and they wanted to get in the Big 12, but the daddy of the Big 12, University of Texas, or the people at Texas A&M will call them Texas University. They said, no, we don't want you. We don't need you. Y'all the reasons why we, the Southwest Conference disbanded. But then again, everybody cheated.
Without a doubt. That's the way they did it.
Everybody cheated. So
everybody cheated.
Don't blame it on SMU. They were just more bold and brash with what they was doing than what y'all was doing. Y'all was sneaking around. They was like, nah, we out here with this thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let me say, Saturday, Morgan State should have had the game. They had it in their hand. It was their game to win. Looking at that game, I think Damon Wilson found him a quarterback in Deuce Taylor. Kept the ship. He righted the ship. Because Carson Baker can't he ain't gonna cut it. He can't cut it.
Right.
So they play lights out defense and basically kind of play time possession, run the ball. If we got to punt it, let our special teams go out there and make the plays. If it wasn't for the strip and the fumble and the recovery, Morgan State would be at 2-0, and they would probably be in my top 10. I mean, they'll probably be number 1. I don't care what anybody say about North Carolina Central, even though yes, they beat A&T.
Yay!
Can't take nothing away from what Morgan would have done if they would have beat Akron on Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
I would
And
have
by the
put
way,
them at
Doc, what was the attendance at A&T and Central game? Did you see the attendance?
uh let me
Did they
check.
pack out the stadium?
I don't know if they packed the stadium now, but let me check though.
That was A&T and Central. That was in Greensboro, right?
Yeah, they was in Greensboro
Yeah.
Saturday
See what
night.
the attendance was.
They didn't say anything. They just said the capacity was 21.5. So, but it was. I don't know if it was packed or not like that.
You went to ESPN?
I'm on ESPN right now.
Yeah.
ESPN been.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this, say, Doc. Presupposing them people at Southern decided at the end of the season that they want to let Dooley go. Give me 3 names that should go to Baton Rouge to take over that Southern football program.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn my hat around.
Okay. Give me 3 names.
Ah, 3 names.
3 names that you would send down to Baton Rouge to
I
take over
got
that.
3. I give you 3. I give you 3 words, Mr. Ford.
Okay, what you got?
Get Chennis Berry. That's what I say.
you ain't, just Shittersberry?
Get Chennis Berry.
That's okay. All right.
You don't need
He was
nobody
in my
else.
3 too, but I had some other people too now.
Yeah, man, it depends though. Cause it all depends too, man. Like Chennisberry is number 1 on my list. If I
Yeah.
want him.
I think he's number 1 on everybody's list.
Another person on the list, if I'm Southern, I would go for it. That is outside of the program. Anton Sewell. That's at
Oh
Morgan
yeah.
State.
Morgan State. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then the last one I might do, and it might be a hard pull to get.
Right.
If you go to Central and get Trey Oliver out of Central,
You think Trey gonna leave his alma mater to come back to Southern?
I don't think he. I mean, money talk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
money talks. So money talks. I mean, but it is what it is. Everybody say keep Dooley, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy to me. When they sent me the thing about them passing around a petition.
What was the petition?
The petition says they want him gone.
Oh, there's a petition?
There's a petition out there, Mr. Ford, saying that they want Dooley gone.
This is Southern people?
Yes, sir.
I was wondering.
This
Because
was
I
right.
told you
I
now,
think this
now, when I was down at Grambling, Southern would give people 2 and 3 years and then you had to go. If Rob beat you 3 years in that Bayou Classic, you had to go. I don't know. Some people say that's not the Baton Rouge I knew,
the thing about it is, Bishop Eddie got over 125 signatures. All they needed was 200
For against our coach for Dooley.
for Dooley to go.
Yeah.
But then I also said that they want the AD to not be there.
Yeah, I think he deserves heavy chastisement. I think they need to put the list out on him and see, is he meeting this? If he's going to be an AD, do you know how to run a championship as AD? Do you know how to build a championship football team? That needs to be the question. Or are you just looking for your frat brothers?
Ooh.
Okay. So that's
what it looked like though, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, he brought Dooley there. He gave Dooley that job. And then gave him that big old salary.
He's
Don't
like
let him escape. No. What's his name? Roman Banks? He deserves some chastisement too.
Because he's like one of the highest paid.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said he was the highest paid, right? Was that true?
Yeah, you got
because somebody said they thought it was your guy that TC was the highest paid, but then somebody else said, no, it's Dooley.
It's Dooley now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I know it came up. I go back and look at people's chat. And somebody said they thought it was TC. Then somebody said they thought it was Dooley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Dooley now because before then it was Prime.
Right.
Yeah. So around the SWAC, look, we've already talked about this. Timona talked about this. I talked about this. Mr. Ford talked about this. I had a good conversation with my folks, and we don't need to play no more money games.
Right. Thank you.
We do not need to play no more money games. And the reason why I say that is because the first game that came on was Texas Southern versus Toledo. That game was nowhere close to being competitive. It was 50-3 at halftime. They ended up scoring 71 altogether in the whole game. Texas Southern only mustered up a field goal. Andrew Body did not even play in this game. They said because he was hurt, but I'm thinking that they're holding him out, for the simple fact that he got to go through the SWAC.
Right.
But that was embarrassing. That was an embarrassing one right there. Quay, that was embarrassing. That one was embarrassing. Now, the nightcap against the FBS Power, LSU, and Grambling, the game was competitive. The game was competitive for maybe a quarter and a half. Because at the time when I was looking at it, it was 21-10 LSU. Grambling had the ball. They was getting ready to drive down the field. And the bottom fell out from them. And not only did Grambling lose to LSU 72-10, they also got one of their players hurt where he had to have emergency surgery.
Who was that?
Kid named Quavius Davis.
What position?
Let me see. Let me see. They say position. But it was somewhere, it was another, I don't know what position it was, but it was another issue like what happened with Devin Gales at Southern.
So was he suffered paralysis?
Yeah, temporary paralysis. They had emergency, kind of like a neck surgery on. So that's the reason why we've always said we don't need to take these money games. Now, guess what? And guess what? This weekend, North Carolina Central is going all the way across country to Pasadena to go play UCLA. We don't need to do none of that.
We don't
need to do none of that. Now, we could go play an FBS group of 5 team or something like that. That's cool. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool because you could test your metal. I'm also cool with playing strong FCS conference competition because I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But them Power 5s, we need to leave them alone. I
want to leave FBS alone. Because they got 85 scholarships and we got 65. That's 20 down. I'll leave them alone. That's too many scholarships ahead of us.
some people got a lot of pride saying they don't care about the scholarship, that the scholarship thing, but don't matter when you down 5 to 6 players and you get ready to go into your conference schedule.
That's what I'm talking about. Broke up.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had no depth. That's the thing. So we just,
Yeah.
I mean, and we got to recruit better, but on the sense, like I said before last week, Grambling, just go down there and get your money and come back healthy. That was it. That's what I said. Texas Southern, go up there to Toledo, get your money and come back healthy. Morgan State, go to Akron, get your money, come back healthy. Even though that damn Akron game was the closest game that was, I'm just saying, oh my God. Damon Wilson put on a coaching clinic.
Let me ask you something, Doc. Would you like to see Jay Hobson come back to the SWAC?
Shoot. And see him try to run through the SWAC again?
I would love to have him back. Man, could you imagine Jay Hobson down at Texas Southern?
Man, he go to Texas Southern. It's over with. It's over with.
By the way, what's going on in Montgomery? You know, I just got the news Sunday morning. What is going on in Montgomery?
Okay. So those that didn't know from Saturday night, Miles College defeated Alabama State 21-17 in Montgomery, Alabama.
In Montgomery.
In fact, Bama State had the lead, and Miles came coming back. They was trucking. Also in the game, Demetrius Davis got benched.
Y'all heard. And they said the kid from UAB looked decent.
Right. So now, not only did you lose to one of your rivals because it's an in-state rival, y'all got to understand, Miles College is an in-state rival to Alabama State. Remember, Alabama State used to be D2 before they came to the SWAC. You lose to a D2 school. And like I said, y'all play y'all D2 schools in Alabama, Miles and Tuskegee, they always play you hard because you are their quote unquote Super Bowl.
Yeah. But you know what, Doc? Miles College not gonna win the SWAC. I mean,
Mr. Ford accident jumped off. I don't think Miles College gonna win the SIAC. He won't win it. He won't win it. But yeah, when you lose to a D2 rival, it doesn't. Nah. You can't. You can't recover from that. And in fact, let me. I have. Sorry, go ahead, Mr. Ford.
yeah. I was saying so. What do you remember? What I was saying last? What was I talking about?
You were talking about Miles and Bama State.
Yeah, I don't think Miles College will win the SIAC. I don't think they'll beat Benedict. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do against Albany State, but I know they got. I don't know if they play Fort Valley or not, but I don't see them winning the SIAC.
No, I know. I wouldn't say they weren't gonna win it. For me,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just like you know what? I'll probably try to go on their website and see if I can watch the game because I'm just trying to figure out how did what's going on? Is it the offense again? What's the problem at Alabama State? And then you talking about you going down to Tallahassee and what you gonna do?
I don't know, Mr. Ford. I don't know. I just know this. They had the lead. They lost the lead. And and that was it. nothing that they could do about it.
Yeah.
So
they off this week, right? Are they off? Bama State's off, and then they got to go to Bragg, right?
let me see, because this is second game. I don't think they off this week.
They not off?
Wait a minute. They didn't play a week 0 game, did they?
No. They played Labor Day Southern. Then they played Miles College. Who they got this week?
Let me see. Okay, you're right, Mr. Ford. They got a bye week.
And then they go to Tallahassee.
They go to Tallahassee.
They need to get that. They need to get that offense straightened out. Either you're gonna go with the Davis kid or you're gonna go with the kid from UAB. They need to make a decision. Because this don't make no sense.
Yeah. So this is what I did. I got my top 20. I got my top 10 right here. And I don't know if people gonna like it or I don't know if people not gonna like it, but it doesn't matter. I did my top 10 the way I'm supposed to do it. So of course for my top 10, I did put up there FAMU. FAMU's in my top 10. I got North Carolina Central at number 1. I have FAMU at number 2, but at number 3, I do have Morgan State. And the reason why I got Morgan State up there is because of the fact that what they did against Akron, that's something that you can't take away.
No, they beat Richmond Spiders. Now they come and play Akron. No, you can't take it away from them.
You can't take
There's
it away
something
from
going on in Baltimore, baby.
And then
This is what, second year?
Yeah, this is second year.
Yeah, something going on in Baltimore.
It's the second year. And then also, so now before I got Jackson State with a convincing win over Southern. I got Howard at number 5. I mean, of course, this is what you're supposed to do against a D2 school. Against Morehouse, you destroy them.
Well, let me ask you this: who you got in Howard versus Hampton this weekend?
I would have Howard.
You got Howard beating Hampton?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got to see it.
Now, number 6, they snuck up in there with a victory over Hampton is Norfolk State. Number 7.
Yeah.
Number 7, I got Alabama A&M because they destroyed Lane College. Number 8, I got Tennessee State because they did beat UAPB in the Southern Heritage Classic. I dropped Hampton down to number 9 because, like I said, they lost to Norfolk State. And number 10, I got Bethune-Cookman with a victory over Savannah. My honorable mention would be Valley, North Carolina A&T, and Prairie View. Now, I can say this. I can take A&T out for this, but I don't know who else I want to put up in there. I don't really have.
You got Prairie View at?
I got Prairie View, the last honorable mention.
Oh, okay. Because I think Prairie View is going to be heard from, Doc.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the game that they played this past weekend against Abilene Christian, I didn't see a lot. Abilene, they came out fast against them, so it was one of them deals where they couldn't stop the momentum.
Now, let me ask you a question. How long did y'all give Tony Hughes at Jackson State? Did y'all give him 2 years or a year and a half?
Gave him 2 years. Oh, so Tony Hughes. How long did y'all give him at Jackson? So Tony Hughes gave him a year and a half because John Hendricks came in the last 4 games of either 3 or 4 games of the season. Finish
Right.
out that season, and then 2019 he had a full season.
Well, let me ask you this: if you was AD at Southern, would Dooley have to go, or would you keep him?
Okay, so here's Dooley's resume, right?
Yeah.
You beat Alcorn, you beat Prairie View, and even when you was at Prairie View, you used to beat Southern.
Wait a minute. He beat he didn't beat that guy Dawson Odoms, did he?
Trying to figure out.
I don't think he beat Dawson Odoms. He beat that guy that came in after Dawson Odoms.
That's what I'm saying. He beat the person afterward. He beat Jason Rollins.
Right, but he never beat Dawson Odoms, right? Because the only time Dawson Odoms' problem was Alcorn. Mm-hmm. He couldn't beat that white man, and he had problems with
Big Mac.
With Mac, yeah.
So his time at Southern, he's beaten Alcorn, he's beaten Prairie View, but he lost. He's beaten his rival Grambling. That's one of his rivals. But you haven't beaten Jackson State. You haven't beat Texas Southern. You got one loss on your resume when you was a Prairie View coach and Valley came in and beat you.
So he hasn't beat. Has he beat FAMU? He hasn't beat FAMU, right?
No, he hasn't beat FAMU either.
He never beat FAMU.
Yeah, he hasn't beat FAMU either. So, but the biggest thing is he hasn't beaten Jackson State, and he has to beat he got to beat FAMU this year.
Well, he ain't gonna beat Grambling. I'm gonna tell you that now. He ain't gonna beat Grambling.
But I'll say this though. I'll say this. If they give him one more year, which would be his third year at Southern,
yeah,
and if he does not beat Jackson State, let's just say he don't beat Grambling, let's just say he doesn't beat Prairie View, I think that's grounds for, hey, you ain't getting done against your biggest rivals. You got to go.
The thing that I'm seeing, and I said this, Doc, I don't see no leadership. I watched that game too. I watched the game Saturday night, and then I watched it again Sunday. I don't see no leadership with that Southern football team. I'm saying, and I say this, and I'm not trying to be funny. I think they would have come out better making Dooley the offense coordinator and giving the head coaching job to Terrence. He would show leadership.
Ooh, that's a big if right there.
I don't see no leadership. That team to me, when I watched that game Saturday night, it's like a rudderless ship. They don't have a person to guide that team.
No. At least when Odoms was the head coach, you had somebody that could guide the team.
Listen, man, I had respect for him.
Just like you said, he just could get past. He couldn't get past Alcorn.
He couldn't get past Alcorn.
Listen,
I have a lot of respect. I had a lot of respect for Dawson Odoms down there at Southern. I did. I know a lot of people that was mad with him, and Roman Banks them showed him the door and all of that. But I
don't know why they run him out of town in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. I listen, man. That's why I say some of that chastisement has got to be on Roman Banks, man. He got to be called on the carpet too.
I'm gonna say it like that was, to me, I think it was more. I don't think it was a piss poor performance. I think Blood kind of looked a little bit better Saturday night than what we saw last weekend against Bama State. He did look a little bit better.
Doc, I still say he's a backup. That offense that man runs, that Dooley runs, you have to be good with your legs and with your arm. You have to be a true dual threat. That's who Dooley's offense is made for. You got to be able to run it. You got to be able to throw it. That's not him.
You can run it. You can run it.
Yeah, but he don't spark that team. He don't spark that team. That's why I say, you know what? I'm just waiting to see. See, that's another problem with Dooley. He don't make no adjustments. He don't make none during the game, and he don't make none during the week. Because let me tell you this here. You can't tell me the way that blood kid is playing. They should be playing 3 quarterbacks, trying to find them somebody.
Well, I say it like this. That game on Saturday showed it was an indication that Dooley can't get it done against Jackson State.
And none of the big boys.
And none of the big boys.
And Texas Southern too.
Now if Texas Southern beats them for a 3rd year in a row, that lets you know everything you need to know about Dooley. So Dooley, he lost to him twice because he always, when he was at Prairie View, he did beat Texas Southern at Prairie View. He
beat him in that Labor Day Classic.
Right, but Rollins got bit by them once. Dooley got bit by him last season. And if he gets bit by him again this year, like, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either.
I don't know what to tell you. So it's kind of crazy to to say like, nah, we need to get rid of Dooley, but people say, well, it's his 2nd year, but like he's a proven he's supposed to be a proven head football coach. He's supposed to be able to go out there and recruit South Louisiana. And not just recruit South Louisiana, but like you got to get out of that comfort zone. Like you got to, like with TC is going to, of course, he's going to recruit Mississippi. He's going to recruit New Orleans. He's going to recruit Memphis. He's going to recruit Arkansas. He's going to recruit Alabama. He got himself into going into Georgia. He got himself going into Florida. He got himself going into Texas. He got himself, going to California. The difference between those two as far as their recruiting is astronomical. Like Doc,
I don't have a problem with Dooley's recruiting. He got players down there. I personally don't feel that they're totally organized. Like I said, the discipline is so. But personnel wise, I don't have a problem with Dooley's team. That's why then people talking about Dooley ain't got no team. That's a lie. There's some players down there in Baton Rouge now on the campus of Southern University. Oh, yeah. But what I'm not seeing is leadership from the top, from the AD to the head coach to the assistant coaches. They don't have that team ready to play. That's what I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, man. It's one of them things like, and then what makes it so bad though, Saturday, everybody in the stands, them Southern fans were talking about fire Dooley. Come on now. It's the second game of the season.
During the game?
Oh, they were saying it. They got video of it saying it. They saying it through the game. They saying fire Dooley. So I'm like, hey, y'all better get that in check. Like for real.
Who do they have? Who's Southern got to play next?
Southern is playing
Alabama A&M. That's right. It's on TV too.
Mm-hmm.
It's on TV. So he's got Maynard coming down there.
Yep. Now that's another name. That's another name I would give for Southern if it came up. What would be Damon Wilson? But I don't think Damon Wilson don't want to leave Morgan. I don't think he wants to
No,
leave.
he loves that DMV. Isn't that where he from?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ain't leaving that.
Yeah, I
No.
don't think he. I don't think he leaving the DMV.
No, he ain't leaving that.
I mean, but it would be a
You
good.
know,
It
they
would be
just got an influx of cash up there. That lady, Mackenzie Scott, gave Morgan State all that money. And,
oh,
you
and
know,
then
they
the
getting
state
ready
of
to,
Maryland, and then the state of
yeah,
Maryland.
Maryland's giving it. And, you know, they're getting ready to open a medical school.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to pay him whatever he wants. Like you said, this guy going and beating Richmond and then going to play Akron and all them people. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he not going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
It would
Now,
be.
there's a guy up at Virginia Union, the SWAC people need to take a look at it. He has a PhD, Dr. Alvin Parker or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They need to look at him. He's at he's at Virginia Union.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
another person you might want to go if you can try to snatch him out of out of that Virginia area too. Go back to get Coach Fraser.
Yeah, that's right. Fraser's doing an outstanding job at Virginia State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd be a nice person to get. You're right. You're right.
So Morgan got Towson this weekend.
That's
The
in
battle,
Baltimore. Yeah.
the Battle of Baltimore is this weekend.
Right.
And then after that, they got Albany. And then
New
they
York.
have
Okay.
and then they got Yale. And after that, they got Stony Brook. And then they start their MEAC schedule on the 19th.
Okay.
October.
September, October.
And their first game of the MEAC schedule is against North Carolina Central.
Oh, that's gonna be a biggie. That's gonna be a big game. Where's that game? Is that Baltimore or Durham?
Baltimore.
That's gonna be a big game.
I think that might be one of the games that Central loses in the MEAC.
Yeah, that's gonna be a slugfest.
Oh snap! They said Aaron Rodgers not returning to the game.
What happened?
Said something about lower leg injury. Probably they said he broke his ankle or something like that.
Broke his ankle?
Is that what y'all said, people? That he broke his ankle? Yeah. Ruled out because of ankle injury.
Damn.
So it's not broken.
Oh, okay.
Well, he better get ready because our Cowboys coming in.
Hey, Doc, we need to ask some of them Alabama State people to call in and ask what's going on over there. What is it, Robinson, or what's going on with Alabama State? Because everybody wants them to be good, including me. What is the problem at Alabama State? You letting Miles College come down there and beat you on your yard.
Yeah. Now, if I would have an issue, I would have an issue if he loses to Tuskegee in that Turkey Day Classic too. I have a big issue because that means you lost to two D2 schools, which happen to be your rivals in the same
now
year.
you know what listen, now you know what this means. Now they going down there to brag. You know fam gonna try to tag them. You know fam gonna try to put it on them. You know fam gonna try to show out on them now. You done lost at Miles College and you gonna come down to brag? You know what that means.
Yeah. What's going on, Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown is up in here. Your son look good. He looks a little bit more mobile from Saturday. I like what I saw. He wasn't scared to run the RPO on Saturday night. So he ended up with 34 yards on 6 carries on Saturday, which is a good deal right there. Because that means that instead of you being almost one-dimensional because, other him being a pocket passer, he could actually run the ball. he can run the ball. Let's
How
see.
many times did he throw to them tight ends? Did he get a chance to throw to them tight ends?
I
Or he
think he
didn't get
threw
a
to
chance?
him like a couple of times. That was it. I don't even think ESPN put up they damn. They still
Stat
like
and put up stat.
yeah. Let me see because I seen it earlier.
And Doc, I still got a problem with Bradley's 3-3-5. I wish they could. I wish they could get rid of that.
Now he did switch up a little bit to a 4-man front on Saturday night. I
Yeah, I
did
don't
see
have problem
that.
4 or 5, but that
Yeah,
3-3-5, I wish he would let that go.
he switched it up to a 4-man front Saturday.
Yeah,
So I actually did like that when he did go to a 3-man front, he went to a heavy 3-man front. And it was still easy for the linebackers to float to the ball.
yeah.
So I did like that. So he saw he disguised some coverages, um, especially the interception by BJ Washington. That was the one that was called in the end zone.
And
Uh,
Doc, I really like that Moultrie kid too. That kid stepped up Saturday.
yes. Desmond Moultrie he's
Yeah.
been waiting on his time, y'all.
What now? What's his classification?
A junior.
Oh, he stepped up, man. He stepped up. He's got that tailback in him. He's tough.
Mm-hmm.
He's tough. He really stepped up Saturday night. Now his name is, what's his first name?
Desmond.
Desmond, and he's from where?
He's from Arlington, Texas.
Oh, he's from Texas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like him. He stepped up Saturday night.
Oh yeah, I like what he did Saturday. It takes a whole bunch of pressure off of Herb Mulligan too.
Yeah, and they got a big time 1-2 punch. And how long is that other kid going? That JD Martin? How long is he out?
I think he out for another 3 weeks.
What's he's broken something?
What is it? I think was it? I don't know if it was lower extremities or his hand or something. I didn't get too much anything, much of that right there. But this is the official. This is from I got this off of seeing this off of Ken Clark. So rushing yards, Herb Mulligan had 106 yards running with one touchdown. He averaged 4.6 yards a carry. So he got an ankle sprain, so he should be back in a couple of weeks.
That's JD Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And of course, Andre Hunt he had the one carry for 75 yards on that reverse, the wide receiver reverse, which
Yeah.
hey, we got to use
85.
that kid more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that boy is something else. Yeah.
We got to use him more. So he got to be used more in that passing game because
He's one step and he's gone, baby.
Yeah,
he
can
one
take
step.
the top off the defense.
Yes, he can.
Moultrie had 5 carries for 42 yards. And he also had a touchdown. So
he had 2, right?
He had 1.
1, okay.
Yeah, he had 1. Jason Brown had 6 carries for 34 yards. Solomon Rogers 2 carries for 16 yards. And then his stats. So Jason Brown's stats, it said he was 15 of 27 for 140 yards and 1 touchdown. And he was only sacked once, which is good because that sack came instead of from the edge, it came from the middle.
I got a question for them Southern people. Who is ready to play quarterback? Let's exclude Blood for a minute. Which one of them kids down there is ready to play quarterback at Southern University?
Yeah, I don't even know if there's any Southern fans on here. Coach Green ain't on here.
Southern people on here? I thought all of them listening to you. I don't know, Doc. I think so. You never know. Listen, them Southern people everywhere now.
Yeah.
Hey, you Southern fans, I know y'all listening. Can you tell me another quarterback that's ready to play other than Blood? And that's another thing, Doc. I think he underutilizing Willie Todd. I think Willie Todd should be the offensive coordinator.
He should be the offensive coordinator instead of the quarterback coach.
Yeah, he should be the offensive coordinator.
Rico Powers had 71 yards on 4 catches in his one
Okay.
touchdown.
Yeah, he
Duke
kind of.
Miller,
This was his breakout game, right? Wasn't Saturday night his breakout game?
yeah.
Because he took one to the house.
Duke Miller, 31 yards on 4 catches.
Uh-huh.
Herb Mulligan had 15 yards on 2. Des Moultrie, 4 yards on 2. Jency Riley had 1 catch for 13 yards. DJ Stevens had 1 catch for 6 yards. So they used them more in the block for blocking, is with pass catching. So they kind of they basically played up to the strength of Southern.
What's Jency's size?
Jency is like 6'4", 225, 230.
And he's from where?
He's from Louisiana.
He's New Orleans kid. Baton Rouge.
Close to Baton Rouge, I think.
Okay, yeah. Because he's gonna be a star, man.
Yeah, I know these stats is wrong, but man, look, I don't know what they did, because I'm thinking like ESPN, but I think Southern didn't do anything. These stats is wrong, but this is what I got. It says JB stats is off by 23 yards.
But Doc, let me ask you this question. Who you got Alabama A&M against Southern? Because I got A&M. Who you got?
If Alabama A&M runs the ball like they did against Lane College, then I got them.
Okay.
I got them. I got them. I mean, I think Rico had about at least 100 yards on Saturday night. I think, it's the closest thing I could get to where I can see some stats. Because I usually go off of ESPN. So. Oh, yes. Shout out to Quavion Davis, the big left tackle from Louisville, Texas. He came in, replaced Cameron James on
That's 79. Was that 70? Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a freshman. We
right,
talking
I
about
saw him.
That's big 6'8", 330 right there. So
yeah, he did come in. He's wearing 79. Yeah, I saw him.
So yeah, he came in. They shored up their offensive line. Sir Riley came in. I think he was on the left side of the offensive line too. The right side was solidified. Basically,
that right side is strong.
The right side is strong.
Strong. That's 60. Who is 64?
64. That's is that Deontay Graham?
He a good man. He was sealing it over there too, man.
Oh yeah.
I think Mulligan made a good run off his side. 64 was sealing it. Now he can play without a tight end. He's that strong.
Yeah, and see, they don't use tight ends on the right side a lot. When you watch the games, they use them more on the left side because that's where they had problems with speed rushers. Right.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'm loving Evan Henry as center, man.
Oh yeah, I'm
loving him as center.
That was a blessing right there. So
yeah, I'm loving it. How many years he got left? Is this it for him?
Yeah, this will be last year, I think.
Okay, because he's tough. I like him at center.
I would switch Towns Blue over to the left side and Sir Riley to the left side, put Quay Davis onto the right side, and Deontay Graham, playing guard on the right, and then you got Evan Henry, and then I think the offensive line will flow a little bit more. It'll be even more flow with that.
Hey, ask Blue how many of them folks over there in Tuscaloosa committed suicide because they lost that game to Texas. Because I know they ready to give up now. They done lost to Texas, to Sarkeesian. Hey, ask Blue
Oh,
when they gonna bench the quarterback. I know they talking about benching the quarterback, right?
oh, Jalen Milroe did not look good on Saturday.
I know they gonna bench him.
All right, Blue. I think Blue can hear you.
Huh?
I think Blue can hear you, man. I don't
Yeah,
know, but
Blue.
I'm gonna say this: Texas had a good game plan
They
for
did.
them.
I thought Texas looked great. I thought Texas looked great. Man, I love that. Was it Quinn Ewers? What is his name?
Quinn
That boy,
Ewers,
I like him, man.
yeah, he from South Lake Carroll.
Oh, I like him, man. I like the way he throw them boys open. And Blue, y'all beat up was it Cal Berkeley? Who did Auburn beat up? Didn't they come back and beat Cal Berkeley?
Was it Cal Berkeley that they
I
played?
think
Sure, I
so.
don't
It was
even know.
Cal. Wasn't it Cal Berkeley?
Oh yeah, let's talk about this, Mr. Ford. I don't know if you've seen the video. Thank you, Tonio. So, so it's late in the fourth quarter, and them Longhorns was beating the brakes off of them little baby elephants in
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa. Now the fans for Alabama ought to be ashamed of their damn selves.
What'd they do?
Telling them to go home, go back to the projects, to these Texas players, tell them go to the projects. You know, using derogatory language. I ain't gonna use it out here because I ain't trying to get flagged. But my thing about this is, y'all. My thing about this is, what you think they tell their own players at the University of Alabama when they lose?
Man, them boys gladiators. You know how that go.
I'm just saying though. I know
Yeah,
they
they telling
gladiators.
about
I
them
know they
boys.
gladiators, but
Yeah,
my whole thing
that's a
is,
form of entertainment.
but
Don't
my
care
whole
nothing
thing,
about them boys.
but my whole thing is to the black players, and
Yeah, that's what
75,
I'm saying. They
80% of
don't
that
care
team
nothing
is
about them
black.
boys.
So
Uh-uh.
yeah, it's gonna go back to the hood. Like you ain't got players on your team that ain't from the hood.
And
Come
from
on now,
Texas.
and that's
They
from
got a bunch
Texas.
of them on there from Texas.
Come on now, because really, if Jace McClellan heard that, he heard that, he probably come back home to Texas. You know what I'm saying? JoJo Earl heard all that. He went back home to Texas. Like, come on now. Like, chill out. I mean, yes, it's
Hey, tell them to
Alabama.
come to the SWAC. We want them. Tell them to come to the SWAC. Come on back home. Come to the SWAC, baby.
And see, we when people like we caught all that flack, y'all, this year when Dion went up to Colorado. And I mean, congratulations that he's winning up there right now. But what's gonna happen when your squad starts losing?
Well, just
And those
wait. They'll start with Oregon.
and those
Oregon will
fans
start them out.
and those fans turn on you.
Yeah.
And they'll call your
When they got to
son.
play Southern Cal.
They play Southern Cal in like 2 weeks. No, in 3
Okay.
weeks.
That's
3
when they'll
weeks.
turn. Now, is that in Los Angeles or Boulder?
So they got Southern Cal in Boulder.
Okay.
They
Because
got
you know
Oregon.
Caleb Williams going to throw for 500.
They got Oregon over in Eugene.
That's a loss.
So, when we caught that flat when Aubrey made that statement saying that you should come play for your, play for your people. And he really, he really meant that. He stood 10 toes down on what he said. And we caught all that flack when Dion decided to take himself to Colorado and he took our talent, he took part of our talent with him. And now I'm like, okay, when you start losing, and white folks they won't care if you Dion. You
Well, they're
start
going to start
losing.
losing.
You
Just wait.
start losing.
They'll
They
beat
don't
Colorado
care.
State this week, though.
Yeah, that'd be Colorado State.
They'll beat
But
Colorado
when
State.
when you start losing, and when you will, and I'm not saying it, I ain't trying to be all, a bad omen, but you'll start losing because that schedule is after Colorado State, that schedule gets brutal. What they gonna say about your son? What they gonna say about Travis Hunter? What they gonna say about all them players that you brought up from Jackson State? I'm just putting a narrative out there, y'all. I say this: if you don't want to deal with all them issues, you don't want to deal with that foolishness, come to the SWAC, come to the MEAC,
Up to the SWAC, baby.
Come on home. Shoot, you ain't got to be in the SWAC. You go to Tennessee State. At least you're at a black college. That you got people that look like you. You're gonna get coached by somebody that look like you.
Hey, ask Blue how long is Dooley gonna be at Southern? Do they get him this year or next year? Ask Blue about that.
Oh Lord. Blue, if you in here, man, you need to jump on this for a second. I know
ask him
how
long is Dooley gonna make it this year or they get him next year?
I think it'll be next year. And Miss Gina, I think the way you see it like this, they're going to blame them JSU players for the losses. I don't even think they'll just blame the JSU. They'll just blame the whole team. Your whole team is pretty much 75% black.
They're going to blame that defense. They ain't got no defense. Colorado ain't got no defense.
The main person they really going to blame is two people they're going to blame. They're going to blame Shador and they're going to blame Dion.
Yeah, they ain't got no defense. I can tell you that.
Oh, Blue said next year unless they want to pay that buyout.
Oh, so they don't want to pay the buyout?
Man, I want to pay that buyout either. Shoot.
So he'll give him 3 years then.
Yep.
Now let me tell you something. Usually when them fans start them petition, baby, somebody going to go. When they start that petition stuff, somebody going to go.
It was funny just for them to start the petition up like on Sunday morning. It was crazy when I seen it. I'm like,
they'll let you know how bad they look.
I'm like, damn, y'all can't even let him coach half of the season. I mean, shoot, I know it took us. When we had Tony Hughes here, we let him go with like 3 games left in the season.
Yeah. Ask Blue, get 3 names from Blue for Southern. Get 3 names.
Hey, Blue, give me 3 names for Southern. Is Southern gonna look when they look for another head coach? Who are the 3 names you
give me 3?
That's on their target. It's on their radar.
What'd he say?
You haven't said anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but shout out to Chennis Berry and the Benedict Tigers.
Yeah.
34-0 shutout on against who was that?
Edward Waters, wasn't it?
Edward Waters. I'm tripping. I've been tripping. They don't want it, man. They better not go get no damn Ed Reed shit.
Ed Reed in Baton Rouge? Oh, never. In Baton Rouge? Listen, they'll go Marshall Faulk before they go Ed Reed.
You know what, Mr. Ford? He said what I said earlier. Antoine Sewell will be my number 1 choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said Antoine. I said Chennis Berry. He said Antoine Sewell. So but I said both of them. He's got. I mean, it's cool. I would go for either one. I mean, Antoine Sewell.
Ask Blue about my man, Alcorn's former coach,
Jay Hobson.
Yeah. What do you think about the possibility of somebody bringing Jay Hobson back?
Oh. He said Matt Leone too.
Who now?
Matt Leone. He's over at Matt Leone is over at North Carolina Central.
Right. He was a quarterback coach at Southern.
Mm-hmm. He said he bring him back to Southern.
Yeah. He's doing a good job with that Richards kid, too.
Y'all, my wife looking like, man, this man don't need to hurry up. She got her headphones on. She looking at me like, yeah, with the damn show. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, come on now. I wouldn't even sniff Ed Reed. Nah, that man unstable, dog.
No,
that man is
never.
unstable.
Yeah. Like I said, I do Marshall Faulkner for him.
Oh yeah. But yeah, man, it's a lot of coaches that might, Southern, and you gotta vet these dudes too. So you gotta vet them, like you gotta screen them.
Where them guys at? Jabarja Luke and all them. Where them guys at? Remember him, Jabarja Luke or something?
I wouldn't even know who they were. They must be before my time.
They played at Southern, and then they were like big time recruiters for LSU and all of them teams. One was named Frank Wilson. I think he went somewhere. In the on LSU staff.
I don't even know. I gotta ask somebody that's that follow more on the Power 5 level, on the FBS level.
I blew where Frank Wilson, isn't that his name? He was at McNeese State or somewhere.
Lord, please do not bring this man's name up. I do not want to hear this man on Twitter. I don't want to see what he got to say on Twitter. He needs to stay his ass where he at.
Who is that?
He said it's a guy on Twitter. He head case. But he said Blue said Jabbar is at Florida as the assistant head coach.
Yeah, I knew he was somewhere. He played at Southern. Yeah, I remember him. I think he was a deep. Huh?
He played under Pete Richardson.
Yeah, he played under Pete Richardson. I remember him. And then that Frank Wilson, didn't he have McNeese State or somewhere? I think he on Southern staff. I mean, on LSU staff.
Well, it might be some names right there too if they decide to go,
Yeah, because listen, y'all can go on and keep him, and like I said, and pay out and all of that. But listen, man, if they want to be mediocre, go ahead on the stick with Dooley. But if y'all want to win the swag and talk about y'all going to the Celebration Bowl and win that, Dooley can't do that. He can't do it. He can't do it. Dooley can't do it.
Make sure y'all like this stream and make sure you comment and subscribe to the channel. And also, let's hit up the Cash App because we still got to pay bills on this on this show right here. We still got to pay bills. Blue said Wilson is the associate head coach over at LSU.
That's what I thought. Them guys right there. Them guys, yeah. I don't know if they would lead that though to come to Southern. I don't know.
I mean, they got the love for Southern, like.
Yeah, but listen, man, that's a hell of a pay cut, bro. Them dudes making a lot of money. Them guy, that guy at Florida and that guy at LSU, man, them guys making a lot of money, man.
Yeah, Blue said the same thing.
Hey, tell Blue, what do you think about Grambling gonna beat Southern this year? Grambling gonna get them.
He said the same reason why Jerry Mack ain't coming back to the SWAC either.
Yeah, he ain't coming. He making too much money. He can't come back down here.
Let's see. So we got games this week, right? So, like I said, Miami playing Bethune-Cookman. Get your
70
money,
to
come back.
nothing.
Get your money, come back to Daytona. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all.
70 to nothing.
Jackson State versus Texas State. That's going to be. I think this is going to be one of the better games to watch this weekend. Only because we want to see how well we test against their offensive line, and if we could put pressure on TJ Finley.
Yeah.
Grambling got Flomo, Florida Memorial.
70 to nothing.
And Grambling.
Yeah.
Miles got Pine Bluff.
That's gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Pine Bluff did make it a game against Tennessee State.
Yeah, I watched some of that game. Who is that quarterback? Ask Blue, who is that quarterback for Pine Bluff? He looked good.
Pine Bluff, his name is Macon. Is
he a transfer?
Jalen Macon. He's a freshman.
He's a freshman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he looked good. He's a big kid, isn't he?
Yeah, 6'5", 205.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's a big dude. Hey, he must be doing something right.
Yeah.
And he's from Nashville too. So,
hey, is this a week the Florida A&M play that Division II game?
Yes, it is. That's the next. That's the next on the list right here.
West Florida versus right?
West Florida versus Florida A&M.
What time is that game?
That game is at 5:00, and that's going to be on That's going to be on HBCU Go.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Okay.
So that will be on HBCU Go. I had to look at the roster, but I know somebody said they have a lot of D1 transfers on their squad.
Hey, ask Blue, is it anybody in the SWAC can beat Florida A&M? Can anybody in the SWAC beat Florida A&M, Blue?
My thing is, I think the only team that probably could have beat them, and it could have been a closer one, would have been Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. Since Jackson didn't beat them, they go undefeated now in the SWAC.
Yeah, Jackson State would have beat them. I don't think they would have. They probably would have went undefeated in the SWAC. Dr. Smith said Alabama A&M
can beat. Where's that game? Is that in Tallahassee? That's in Huntsville.
I think that game is in Huntsville. Oh yeah. The Blue said anybody could beat FAMU because Musa is too inconsistent.
Yeah.
Blue just sent me this. Blue just sent me the damn thing. I'm sorry, Miss Brandy. Blue just sent me your tweet from earlier where you were showing me the offensive line for Texas State. Yeah, they right tackle is 6'4", 330. They right guard is 6'7", 350. They center is 6'6", 335. They left guard is 6'6", 320, and they left tackle is 6'5", 320.
That sounds like a Big 12 type offensive line.
That's really what it is.
Yeah, that's a Big 12 type of offensive line there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you that. Now that's the kind of line. That guy used to be at Texas Tech. Remember, he liked them big old guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
The one that died. What was his name?
Mike Leach.
Mike Leach. Remember, he liked them big old guys like that.
Man, this dude, junior, redshirt senior, redshirt sophomore, and junior. Yeah, they offensive line is.
Are they transfers?
I don't know if they transferred. I think couple of them are transfers from.
I'm talking about, did they start out at D1 schools? Did they start out like in the Big 12 or somewhere?
So Blue said the 2 offensive tackles were all conference players at Incarnate Word. The left tackle was an FCS All-American too. So
Yeah.
we got our work cut out for us this weekend, y'all.
Well, Ash Blue, they gonna win the Sun Belt? Is Texas State gonna win the Sun Belt?
I think they got I'm about to say UT San Antonio, but I think they moved up to who is it that they moved up to is it the AAC?
Yeah, AAC, yeah.
Yeah, I think they moved up to AAC. Let's see. Shout out to Marquise Bell yesterday, man. For
what did he do?
Shoot, he was all over the fields yesterday.
He started?
Yeah, he was starting yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He's
a player, man. He always was a player.
He was all over that field. I was like, oh.
Hey, Ash Blue, did that Collier kid get a chance anywhere? The kid that was on the other side of Marquise Bell at FAM, or Collier. Did he get a shot anywhere?
Yeah, Blue. Did he get a shot anywhere? Let me know.
His name was Collier. He transferred from UCF, I think.
Okay. How you doing, Miss Riri? Yeah, there's some big boys right there. There's some big boys.
Yeah, right man. I'm telling you, that's that Big 12 type of stuff right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's that Mike Leach type offensive line.
Because if it was me, if I'm GJ Kenny, if I'm Coach Kenny, I'm running a dog mess out of them, just running the ball. So Marquise Bell had 8 total tackles, tackle for loss, and 1 tackle TFL. So yeah, he was all over the field yesterday.
So what was the final score?
Oh, for us? Oh, we
no, I'm talking about for Dallas.
Oh, call the ambulance, Mr. Ford. We beat them 40-0.
So Daniel Jones ain't it, huh?
Daniel Jones was running for his life.
Oh yeah. I missed the game. I had to go back on YouTube.
Say he's in the XFL.
They call you kid?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Daniel Jones was 15 of 28 for 104 yards and 2 interceptions, and he was sacked 7 times.
Didn't they just give him a bag full of money?
Yep.
Was that like 150 million, 160 million?
160 million, pretty much the same deal that Dak got.
Yeah. That's Blue. Who he got against? Who he got in that Howard Hampton game in Audi Field this Saturday? Who he got?
Ooh, that's still a nice one right there.
Because I'm going with Hampton. I think they rebound, man.
They rebound. You talking about you going with Hampton?
Yeah, I think they beat out. I think Hampton gonna beat out. And see, when Hampton get ready to fight that guy that they got, I would like for him to come to the SWAC. Prunty be a nice coach in the SWAC.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Howard. I think Howard's on a mission. I think they on a mission.
But they ain't got no big time quarterback though. Doc, they ain't got no big time quarterback. What's his name?
Quentin Williams.
He ain't big time.
I mean, he ain't have to play the whole game on Saturday either. You know, they were blowing him out by 50.
You talking about Morehouse?
Mm-hmm. They blew him out by 50.
If Morehouse quit football tomorrow, wouldn't nobody at Morehouse say nothing? Would nobody say nothing? And then they playing in the Meadowlands next week. I mean, this coming Saturday against Albany State, I think.
Yep.
I don't know why they won't take a marquee game up there to the northeast like they should. Why is it you ain't taking Jackson, Grambling, or Florida A&M up there to the Meadowland? You're going to take Morehouse, somebody don't even care.
I don't even think we need to be back in these classic games. I don't think we need to have classic games unless it's a true home and home classic game that we always play. Like for example, Jackson
The
State
Magic City, you talking
Jackson
about like the Magic City,
yeah, like the
Southern
Magic
Heritage,
City
yeah,
Classic, Southern Heritage
Florida
Classic,
Classic,
Florida Classic, or the Bayou
Boombox Classic.
Classic.
That
So
what you call the one in Dallas between
State Fair,
State Fair, yeah,
Battle
Labor
of the
Day,
Battle of the Bay.
yeah, Battle of the
Like
Bay,
they
yeah.
like Battle of the Bay and stuff like that. If it's like a true home and home, then it's cool. I could deal with that. Now, if it's one of those classics where like if it's in close proximity of being, you know what I'm saying, like a like a 4-hour travel radius, then yes, I could deal with that too. But
I thought the biggest game in HBCU this weekend was that Southern versus Jackson State. That thing down in Baton Rouge this weekend. Man, that thing looked so good on that TV. What was the final attendance? Was it 30 plus? What was the attendance?
it was 20. I think it was 22,000.
22?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yep, that's it.
That was more than that.
That's what the official. No, attendance was 22,986.
I mean, that looked like they had that stadium packed, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they had their little light show.
Yeah, I thought that was the hottest game this week in HBCU football, was that Southern Jackson game.
They had their little light show.
Ask Blue which one of them boys is ready to play quarterback at Southern, other than Blood. Is them freshman boys? They ready? Is it that boy from UAB? Is it the boy from New York? Who's ready to play?
I don't think it's either one except for Noah Biden. He's the only one that has some sort of experience playing in FCS.
So Noah Biden is ready to play?
I think he's ready to play.
Okay.
Don't shoot, don't get on me. I'm just going by what they say as far as what the attendance was. They said it was 23,000, close to 23,000. They say it's 23,000. I know it meet more people outside tailgating than people inside of the stadium.
That's true.
I'm just going by
man, they showed some nice pictures of the people tailgating. The tailgate was big. They showed some really nice pictures.
Yeah, they say if it was 27,000, 28,000, hey, I'm just, all right, man. Don't beat me up. I'm just going by what they say. I'm just going by what the numbers look like on here. But if it was sold out, because I watched it, it looked like it was sold out. I know it looked like it was sold out. It's one of them games where like
both of them bands look good, man. I saw the halftime show. Both of them bands look good.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the Boom. The first band in history, in the history of Mumford Stadium, where they debo another section so they could be right in front of the jukebox.
Oh yeah.
Hey, like, let me move on over. Let me get over here. Let me get on over here. But yeah, man, it's one of the rivalries. Like, it's like Ohio State, Michigan, if you really think about it, in HBCU football.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder what, with Grambling being there against LSU, would they have considered moving that game to New Orleans? Do you think that ever came across their mind?
I don't
Do you
think
think it never came across Roman Banks' mind?
so. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Boom won't be traveling to San Marcos for the game against Texas State, so they'll be
They
at
won't?
home. Because they'll be, four weeks in a row being on the road. That's a lot of money.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. But yeah, you got some. I say let's finish up the game.
How much they getting for playing Texas State, you know?
I don't even know. Probably like maybe 300,000-400,000.
So they wouldn't pay for the band.
Nah. Nah. So let's finish up. You got Prairie View playing SMU.
That's a blowout. That's a blowout.
And then Texas Southern play Rice. Ain't number down the street from each other.
That's a blowout too.
I don't know, cause Rice ain't that great to me. Rice is not that great. I don't care if they have what's that old man name?
Who is it?
The quarterback for Rice.
What's the name?
JT Daniels. JT Daniels.
Wait a minute, JT Daniels is at Rice?
Yes.
You kidding?
I ain't kidding.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he at West Virginia last year?
He was at West Virginia. He was at USC.
He was at Georgia. I thought JT be getting ready to go in the league, man.
JT pulling a Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, you're right. JT is down there right. I didn't know that. When he first came to Athens, one thing I used to like about him, Doc, he would throw it deep, man.
Yeah.
One thing he was known for, baby, he was a mad bomber. I like that about him.
We'll see we'll see how it go, Blue. I just feel like they might actually be competitive in this game. Of course, we said Alabama A&M taking on Southern down in Baton Rouge.
I'm gonna tune into that.
That's on ESPN Plus, and then
I'm gonna tune into that.
Then you got the Delta Classic.
Now that's who?
Mississippi Valley versus Delta State. I think that's gonna be interesting right there.
Yeah.
Coach Wade going back to Delta State, which ain't number like 30 minutes from each other.
Right.
And see how he does against his old program.
Oh yeah.
And then you got the battle of 0-2 teams, McNeese versus Alcorn.
That's it. That's in Lorman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then on the MEAC side of the ball, Norfolk State's going up to Philly to play Temple.
They're gonna get beat to death.
The battle of the real HU.
That's the biggest game on that side over there.
Uh-huh.
That's in DC at Audi Field.
Yep. You got Delaware State.
That's televised. That's televised.
Yep. You got Delaware State versus Richmond.
They're gonna get beat to death. Delaware State gonna get beat to death.
Yeah, they got a goose egg put on them by Army.
Yeah, man, Richmond's still probably hot about what Morgan did to them.
Mm-hmm. North Carolina Central going across country to play UCLA. And then the battle of Baltimore, Towson versus Morgan State.
That's gonna be big.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest one is that Audi Field game, that Howard versus Hampton. That's gonna be a big game. I think that's gonna be on television. I need to look that up.
It should be. I
I
have to
think it's
check.
gonna be televised. I want to see that game. That's gonna be a good game.
On the D2 side of the slate, you got Shaw versus Bowie State on
Okay.
Saturday. You got West Virginia State versus Concord.
Mm-hmm.
We got. I'm looking through. You got Central State versus Tuskegee. That'll be
That's in
interesting.
Tuskegee.
Yeah, that's in Tuskegee.
That's gonna be a big. That's gonna be a big.
Mm-hmm. You got Benedict versus Lane.
They're
I
gonna
think
beat
Benedict
Lane
on.
up.
Yeah, Benedict has not let nobody score on them.
They're gonna beat them up.
Of course, Albany State versus Morehouse. That's the New York Classic. We was talking about that.
Yeah.
You got Miles of Pine Bluff, West Florida, Florida A&M. Virginia State versus St. Augustine.
Virginia State will blow them out.
You got Virginia Union versus Livingstone.
Virginia Union will blow them out.
You got Lincoln, Pennsylvania versus Fayetteville State. This is going to be interesting because I actually want to see what Isaiah Freeman, the quarterback for Lincoln, what he does.
Where's he from? Is he a transfer?
Nah, he redshirted, but he threw for like 2,000 yards last year.
Oh, okay.
Bluefield State versus Johnson C. Smith. Elizabeth City State versus Winston-Salem State. You got Edward Waters versus Fort Valley.
That's in Fort Valley.
Mm-hmm.
That's Coach Gibb. He another guy Southern might need to look at too. Coach Gibb, he know what he's doing.
You got Clark Atlanta versus Savannah State.
That's in Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You got Kentucky State versus Allen. Allen is 2-0.
For real?
Yep, Allen is 2-0.
Who did they beat?
They just beat Columbus State.
Okay, they beat Columbus State.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the other one?
Erskine.
Yeah,
that was their first. Yeah, their first game they played.
Okay.
Of course, Valley versus Delta State. Let's see. You got Washburn versus Lincoln, Missouri.
Right.
That would be it right there. That's it.
Hey, Doc, I'm gonna tune out, man.
No, it's good. We about to get up off this thing right here. So
listen, yeah. When you coming back?
I don't know. Probably Wednesday.
Good night.
All right. You have a good one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So make sure y'all tune into these games, man. Our viewership depends on everything. But thank everybody for coming on tonight. Everybody, y'all go ahead and we're gonna move this thing on over to Ken Clark and the 1400 Club. But other than that, appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Become a member of the family by hitting the join button and choosing between our two tiers. We have purple and we have blue. Excuse me. And also, if you want to, you could donate to the channel through Cash App. Just gotta pay for the channel, y'all. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming on, for rocking with us. We'll be back on this thing on Wednesday. As always, man, I'm your boy Doc Holliday. This has been HBCU Tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. where I am the voice of HBCU culture. As always, be blessed, stay safe, stay dangerous, and if it's still hot where you at, stay hydrated. Peace.